Hello, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. It is finally Camp Weekend-Ween. I did put my sweatshirt on. I got the orange one in the crew neck. Super cute, super comfy. But it is Saturday already. I didn't end up starting this on Friday. The readathon did start on Friday. I read a little bit yesterday, but not much. But I did decide to start the readathon with what I was already currently reading. So I started with The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. I was already about 2/3 of the way through this, and now I have like less than 100 pages left. So I'm gonna finish this up quick this morning. And then honestly, I'm not really in the mood for thrillers and horror, so I'm going to work the prompts to maybe not read some of that. So I think after that, for green on the cover, I'm gonna actually read Highlander Most Wanted by Maya Banks. So I'm gonna read a historical romance because that's what I'm in the mood for. But it is like 7 a.m. on Saturday, getting ready to get started. I'm excited for the weekend. I have no plans except tomorrow is my father-in-law's birthday. He is a Halloween baby, so we're probably going to dinner. But other than that, no plans this weekend. I'm just mentioning this for myself. Like, looking at myself in the viewfinder is really hard right now. If you don't know, I'm like 43 months pregnant. Just kidding, I'm like 7 months pregnant, but I can really tell in my face now how swollen I am. Like my lips and my nose, I notice a lot. So it's not like bothering me, but when I catch myself, I'm like, who is that? But yes, I'm gonna go finish that book quick this morning. It's time for a little update. I did finish The Night She Disappeared around like 8 a.m. I don't think I mentioned that I decided to make this work for the prompt of like a group of teens. We do follow some perspectives in this that are adults, but the main mystery does revolve around teenagers. So I made it work for that. And I am going to give this 5 stars. I do think this is like a 5-star that won't end up on my favorites of the year, but it was really, really good and definitely deserves that 5-star rating. I don't think I described what this was about because I was already so far into it when I started this vlog, but essentially this follows 2 teenage parents who like go out for the night and never return. And so we kind of figure out like what was going on in their relationship leading up to that, where they were the night that they ended up disappearing, and then we're thrown into like these different perspectives that seem like a strange perspective to tell the story from, but it all makes sense in the end. What I loved about this the most was it was like a slow reveal thriller. There was no point that you were like shocked by like this one sentence or anything. You were slowly figuring stuff out so that when it was revealed, you were like, yeah, we were leading to this. But like the whole story, there's so much suspense to figure everything out that I just thought it was really well done. This is only my second Lisa Jewell. I've also read The Family Upstairs, which I believe I gave that one 4 stars. So I've got a 4-star and a 5-star from her so far, and I know that my stepmom owns like most of her other stuff, so I did ask her if she would give me Then She Was Gone next. So I am gonna keep reading some of Lisa Jewell. So then, like I said, I'm gonna be reading Highlander Most Wanted. It is like almost 9 a.m. now. I've been trying to pick up this room a little bit once I finish that. This room is an absolute disaster. You can see I just have like stacks of books everywhere. I did have like garbage to get rid of. So it's just a mess, and I know I'm gonna be spending most of my weekend in this room, so I thought I'd do a little pickup, but I'm gonna try to sit down and read like 100 pages of this just to get, like I said, going on my day again. I'm checking how long it is. It's like 351 pages, so it's not super short, but hopefully it'll be fast. Hello and good afternoon now. It is like 2:45 and Rylan is hosting sprints on her YouTube channel. I'll link her down below. She's not very active on YouTube right now, but she's really active on Instagram, and she's in a lot of like Discord groups that I'm also in, and does a lot of like readathons and such. But I am at the 100-page mark of Highlander Most Wanted, and I don't think I mentioned the first book in this series, Never Seduce a Scot, is probably like my second favorite historical romance. The first being The Duke Who Didn't by Courtney Milan, but then followed by Never Seduce a Scot by Maya Banks. So I was really, really hopeful for this one. I will say I don't think I'm enjoying this as much as as the first. This is focusing a lot more on the like rivalry between the two families. So it's a lot more like battle so far, and the romance really has not like started, and we're already 100 pages in. Obviously, it's obvious who the romance is going to be between, but there hasn't been really any encounters yet. The premise of the book is that our female main character has basically been taken like hostage by this one family, and this guy has basically like abused her as like a mistress type person for quite a while now, but that guy passed away, and so our hero is kind of like saving her from that family and taking her as well. So it's like he's releasing her from being a captive, but now she's also captive to him, but he's being like kind to her kind of situation. So I'm hoping that the romance starts to pick up soon. But yes, I think I have in my mind decided what I'm gonna read next, but I'm not gonna mention it yet just till I finish this, just in case I change my mind. I'm kind of mood reading. It is like the last couple days of the month. I'm not gonna get to my full TBR, so we're just going with the flow. I did it. I read this whole book today. I'm giving it 3 stars, but I will talk about it in the morning. Also, tomorrow I'm gonna be reading a slasher, and by that I mean I'm gonna be rereading The Hunger Games, but I'll talk to you then. Good night. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy actual Halloween. It is like 8 a.m. now. Chris didn't have to work today, so he slept till like he just got up. So I didn't want to update till he was up. I didn't want to bother him, let him sleep. He rarely has a day off. But last night I did finish Highlander Most Wanted, like right before I went to bed. I did end up giving this 3 stars. I think what I had updated at like around the 100-page mark is kind of why it ended up only being a 3-star. I just didn't care that much about like the rival clans. I understand, and I do think that involving that made it have a lot of characters that I just also didn't care to follow. I did really like the romance once it got going, but then also there was a trope in the end that I'm not really a big fan of. That would be a spoiler, but it's just like the ending conflict thing is something I'm not a fan of. So there's that. There's only one more in this like trilogy, so I have high hopes for that. I do know who it's about, and it was like the girl that is the main character in this, her like friend through this, which I did say in my Goodreads review as well, that I do think that Maya Banks has done a really good job with female friendships in this series. And so I'm excited for the 3rd book as well, and that one's blue. So like the first one is purple, this one's green, and the last one's blue. But then I did mention, since I just want to stretch the rules on this anyway, since I've been burnt out on like thriller, horror stuff, that I'm gonna bend the rules a little, and I'm gonna count The Hunger Games as a slasher. So come at me if you want. That's what we're doing here. I'm counting this as a slasher for the slasher prompt. And I did get like 50 pages into this today. I think this will be my 3rd read of this book. I believe I read it for the first time in 2013, and then according to my Goodreads, it looks like I reread it in 2018. And I already know I'm gonna love this. This series does hold up for me. I've never read the like 4th one that came out not that long ago, and I don't think I have interest in that, but I probably will try to read the entire trilogy again. So this is what we're doing today. It is the last day of the month, so this is like, I'm reading this whole book today because I'd like to start fresh on the 1st and just get it done. I will keep this brief because my neighbor is mowing, but it's like 1:30 and I just hit page 200. So I am making good progress on this so far today. I did it. I finished The Hunger Games. It is like exactly 5 p.m. now, and I need to be at dinner at 5:30, and I obviously, sadly, need to change out of my Camp Weekend-Ween uniform. But honestly, this book is like so iconic to me. It's an easy 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm excited to read the next ones. If you by chance don't know what The Hunger Games is about, it is a dystopian novel where there is 12 districts and 2 teenagers, a boy and a girl from each of these districts, each year get sent into like a competition to the death. And yeah, that's basically all it's about. And in this book, we're following the 2 tributes from this year, going to the Hunger Games, which is what the competition is called, and fighting to the death. And it's really good. But to conclude my Camp Weekend-Ween weekend, this was a very successful weekend for me. I did finish The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. I had already started this previous to the readathon, but I counted this for a group of teens, and I gave that one 5 stars. Then I read Highlander Most Wanted for green on the cover, and I gave this one 3 stars. And then I bent the rules with the Hunger Games, and I counted this for the slasher prompt. And I also think I'm going to bend the rules and count this as the camp prompt. They definitely camp in this, right? Like they're camping in the woods? Question mark. I'm gonna make it work because I had such a good reading weekend that I want to be able to say I completed all the prompts and did everything. So this one I also gave 5 stars. So here is everything that I ended up reading this weekend. I had 2 5 stars and a 3 star. Not bad at all. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.